All right. I would like to say shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for another day. Going to get into some quick information. I'm not going to be before you that long. What I've noticed that's going on if you are considered an essential worker. If you are an essential worker, what I realize is what's going to go on is they're going to be your temperature. This is I would say an extremely important broadcast based on four corners of the earth to be just aware. Hold on, the connection is a little off. It says that, but sometimes it'll say it's trying to connect for the connection. But I wanted to, just go into this information real quick. What they're going to do based on the company that I work for, because I'm considered an essential worker, work for a steel company. What they're pushing, we just had a meeting a couple of days ago that first and foremost, thank you all for tuning in. Jared, my wife, thank you. I know she's a little busy, but thank her for tuning in as well. Charlie, all praise to the Most High for you all tuning in. So this information, like I said, I wanted to go into it a while back, actually, when it first came out, but just an FYI, they're going to label you as having coronavirus. And I said I wasn't going to get into this, but it's almost so annoying to the point where it's just, I have to give out this information to the point where they will be checking temperatures. The way they're going to be checking temperatures based on the meeting that I had at my job. Like I said, if you are an essential worker, that's only like basically blue collar. If you are supporting hospitals in the steel business, you're supporting hospitals, things of that nature, they're going to be putting temperature gauges of some sort on your forehead. And if you have a temperature higher than 99.5, they're going to send you home. So we have to all line up. Now, it hasn't came into play yet, but it's supposed to, I think, start next week or whatever. They had gauges already. They already had temperature thermometers already for one branch, but they all, for some reason, they were malfunctioning. So, like I said, I don't know who else, eventually some other people may, fall on this broadcast, but this is what they're pushing. Another thing, I went to the grocery store. They have plexiglass type, some type of plexiglass apparatus over around the area where the cashier is, and a clear piece of plastic over the pen pad for your for your card, to swipe your card or whatever, your credit card or your bank card. Like I said, they've been pushing this so long. Another thing, I was looking, when I was at the grocery store, I seen a magazine with a person with a mask on it. And like I said, this thing is so annoying. I said I wasn't going to, it's just to the point where I have to put out this information so you all can understand. I don't want people to panic. I don't want people to, feel that, oh my God, this thing can get to me. And then, all of a sudden you call for a sneeze, you come down with a fever or something. The first thing you're going to think you got some stupid coronavirus or whatever that does not exist. All right. So I'm saying that is because basically at the jobs, I want to keep it on point. All right. What they're going to do is, if you are an essential worker, they will try to slap a a thermometer on your head to check your temperature. This is how they're gauging it. You understand? This is how they're gauging this thing, man. So I'm saying it, is just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful. Of course, you want to take extra caution. You never know what type of poisons that they could be spreading. For one thing, I noticed it was a while back. I was picking up some stuff from the store, and the guy was so-called, the worker was so-called wiping the carts down, but I didn't like something about his spirit was off. And I went for a cart that I guess wasn't wiped down, but he was so adamant. Oh, take this cart. This one clean. This one clean. And I was about to touch the cart. I was like, you know what? I don't even need a cart. I come in here for just a little bit of stuff. And it's just the fact that you never know what's in these new hand sanitizers or whatever it is. You don't know if they're putting stuff in the water. We got all straight 100% sunlight pretty much today. We had a few chemtrails that was lingering around as a nuisance for a while, but they, vapored away or evaporated away or whatever you want to call it. So I'm saying it's like clear outside and people panicking, all these people with masks on and all this stuff, man. I'm like, come on, man. It's like I said, years ago, around 2015, I knew something was going to be off. So, just some quick information, you know what I'm saying? I like I said, it's not going to be quick. I mean, I don't have a lot of information to get into. I just wanted to let you all know, those of you that are, working, if it's a fast food restaurant or whatever, I don't know what stores are open or whatever, but I know that, gas stations and things of that nature, they're going to eventually start checking temperatures. That's what based on the meeting that I was in at my job, they're checking temperatures. Then on top of that, they want us to do what they call the 6-foot rule. And I seen the same thing at the grocery store, this 6-foot rule thing. Like, if it's airborne, it's going to drop and fall. The virus is just going to drop and fall 6 feet away. And that's it. If that was the case, if it would have dropped and fall 6 feet, it would have stayed in China somewhere. This is the kind of junk that's is so annoying. How you think a virus is just going to drop 6 feet and then it'll catch you? Stuff is fake, man. Think about it. Why would they have you separating, spread 6 feet away from each other, and the virus is so-called airborne? Like, okay, I'm 6 feet away from the person in front of me in the line. Like, okay, they touched the belt, the conveyor belt for the groceries. The virus is going to eventually just die off within 2 seconds after being 6 feet away. Come on, man. Like, this stuff don't make sense. It does not make sense. So there you have it. Not going to be, it's not really long information. And, someone says it's all fabricated. Like my wife said, can't make it make sense. To be able to kind of like articulate their madness is really tongue twisting. I mean, the 6 feet rule, the 6-foot rule is stupid. Eventually, I'm going to try something later on, I guess this year. You gotta wear your one leg of your jeans got to be cut off, and and then the other part just regular. And people walking around with that. They got people walking around with masks on, taking pictures with masks. I mean, come on, man. It's whatever. And Man of God said, thank you for tuning in, about the hand out. They could be putting stuff in that hand sanitizer. They could be putting stuff on the mask. There's another idea out there. My wife put it out. She brought to my attention where they want people to be sheltered in place, in their house or whatever. Of course, it's like not totally a mandated thing, but they want you to kind of like take precautionary and stay in the house or whatever. It's kind of like an order, but it's not martial law, right? Okay, whatever. So you stay in the house, all on the gas in the gas stations and on the gas pumps. 1 second, this thing is going in and out as normal, and they can be spreading stuff on gas station, at the gas stations, on the pumps, the nozzles or whatever, doorknobs, grocery carts, while we quarantined right in our houses with nothing. All right, and this is the thing. Okay, 6 feet and all that stuff, man. I don't know. I don't want to repeat myself, but so close out. It says there's Mr. Cord says there's multiple videos out showing that there's nothing hysterical going on in these hospitals. It's propaganda. All right. It would never make sense. God has revealed all of this to us. All right. So, like I said, I just wanted to put it out there because I know some people may start tripping out a little bit if their job is, they're going to fall for the beast system, and they're part of it. A lot of these jobs, and they don't know. They compartmentalize. They just follow whatever the government says, or the state and the governor. If they put out an order, they got to follow it. That's just how it go. And I'm just letting you all know that just keep up with your health. Get as much rest as you can. Eat cleaner. I wouldn't deal with the meats at all, because they could be putting stuff in the foods. They can be putting stuff in the air. Okay, so your immune system could be lowered if you're eating. I'm just going to stress that. Leave the meat alone, at least for right now. At least, because you never know. People love chicken. Okay, people love a bunch of meats and beefs and all type of harsh digestive eating habits. You understand? Just stay away from it. Eat more greeny leaf vegetables, or take herbs and vitamins to keep your immunity up. You never know if you get in contact with something that may have this fake COVID, whatever, that's a poison. It could be some type of poison that they're spreading out. And another thing too that was brought to my attention that my wife told me, and I smelled it, but I wasn't really paying it too much attention. But I was like, maybe it could be something else. The actual the water has a real harsh chemical smell to it. So be careful on the water. If you gargle your mouth, use bottled water. Get as much bottled water as you can and gargle your mouth with the bottled water. If you got to gargle your mouth, brush your teeth, don't use sink water to do that. Put that stuff in your mouth. And take cool showers instead of hot showers. You don't want to open your pores up, because pores, you got to understand that the skin is your main organ. I usually take cool showers, things of that nature. You don't want to open your pores up too much. Like I said, you never really know. It's not a coincidence. There's so many people. Yeah, so the waters is being heavily treated. And that's a good idea to sweat out the impurities, as well as man of God said, I've been wearing a sauna bag to sweat it out if it's in the air. Yeah, turkey. Someone says about turkey necks and all that kind of stuff, man. Leave that crap alone, man. Leave that stuff alone. Thank you the Most High for Tom coming in. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on that you have to really just take precautionary measures on. Not to say that we're scared, you understand. It's just the fact that you never know. They tell you that it's airborne, what I'm saying? But they could be pumping something up in your house. You understand? If people so sheltered in place as much? How is the count going up in deaths? Or you would say, how many, why is the rate of people catching this so-called thing going up? Why is it so many extra cases surpassing, mind you, the, you would call, I'm gonna use the term, progenitor of the whole thing, which was Asia somewhere in China. So why is it so much more here? And the big answer is because Babylon is fallen. It is fallen and has become the habitations of devils. Whatever's going to happen, the people will always ask, well, where are you going to go at? Well, away from here. Whatever's going to happen bad is going to happen bad here first. That's just the way it go. They make you think it's somewhere in another country, knowing that a lot of those images that they were showing of this virus were old images and old news reports. They bring out old news reports with people with masks on and make you think that it's over in some other country somewhere. This is just the game that they play. CNN, cunning. That's what I call them. Fox, you understand? ABC and NBC and all this. So let's just think, I don't know when this stupid Easter thing is. So let's just see if they try to open it up for Easter. Let's just see what happens. And I know Tom sent me an email in regards to some information. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna investigate the information. Like I said, it sounds very interesting. And like I said, I don't want to paraphrase or get into it totally, but he was going into some deep information. I want to go in. I want to look into it to see what's going on. And I thank you for the email. Those of you that have any other type of information that you all would like to share in regards to whatever you might be going through, the city that you live in, what's going on, if you see some new type of developments, like maybe in your house or home or whatever, you can just send me an email at judite07 at gmail judite07 at gmail.com. I'll just type it here real quick. Hold on one second. All right, hold on one second. It's a delay with this thing. All right, come on, computer. All right, so you all can just send me an email, So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this right here. Let me see what this says here. Mr. Cord said, this shouldn't be a surprise to us, my family, but Satan still needs to get permission from the most high Father to do his wickedness. Nonetheless, it is the will of the Most High. Yeah, of course, he allows a lot of this stuff to happen. Of course, it's supposed to tighten our faith, tighten us up. You have to be passed through the fire to become his goal. That's just the way it is in our realm, in the spiritual realm. A lot of times people are with the Most High when everything is going good. But how are you when things are going worse than bad? Will you still Most High? You understand? So that's the reason why. Like I say, I can't get into any scriptures right now because my head is covered. But this is all, based on the Most High. You understand? So you can actually read that in Isaiah chapter 65, around the 15th verse. And it'll tell you, he created darkness, he created evil. How the Most High do all these things. Yep, the patience of Job, especially. This man's whole family was his house, everything. Then he got 7 times more than what he did the first time. I mean, he was going through all type of sickness. So a virus that's fake, you got to stay in your house for a couple of days or two is nothing compared to a lot of the patriarchs in the Bible. You understand? But not to demean what we're going through, because we're a generation that's we're not used to something like this. So it's different. Every generation is different, All right, much love to you as well, Mr. Cord. Love you all, man. Like, that's why I put this information out. You know what I'm saying? Like, some certain things is just in my head. I have to do it. Like I say, if it's information, I know that I believe that's going to help someone else. Because we all work. You know what I'm saying? So if these jobs got certain things going on, I got to at least let people know that they could do the same at your job. If you work right now, don't be surprised that they try to slap a monitor, a thermometer on your head to check your temperature. Okay. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and close out, and you all can just send me an email. And, if any questions, any comments, I'll try my best to respond to as many as possible. Matter of fact, I got to apologize for Man of God. The last broadcast, I believe you had sent something, or you had asked a question about something. Man of God, if you still in here, if you can send me an email. I just remember, like, the last broadcast that I did. I don't know if you remember, but it was in my head because I know I was skimming through it, but there was a question. Matter of fact, I can check I'll check it. But there was a question that you had posted, and it kind of went past me so quick because I was still doing the teaching. So if you have that question, if you still remember it, you can just send me an email at judite07@gmail.com, or I can probably just go ahead. Okay, yeah. You might want to just do that through emails, because when you do it through comments, a lot of people can see those comments. All right, so I got that information. I got you. All right, so I'm out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.